Good morning and welcome to another video, and this time I'm down on the River Wye, not far from Hereford, on a little syndicate stretch, and really looking forward to getting the rods out. So we've fished my first swim for about an hour and a half, had a chub, and I've moved a bit downstream to a slightly deeper area. And as you can see, there's quite a sort of steady pace to the stretch here. There's a nice glide down the middle there. That sort of walking pace. Water is what I've been looking for. And not too many boils and swirls, bubbles, because that's where there's likely to be snags down there. But out there where the baits are, it looks pretty clear. It's between 6 and 7 foot deep. And the top rod is a feeder rod with ground bait and pellets. I'm fishing a pellet on the hair. And then the downstream rod is a lead with a bigger bait. And so far there's only been one small group of canoes gone by, and it's about 11 o'clock now, and I can just hear the second lot coming through now. So not really what I'm here for. I'm starting to get a few of these now. Hopefully the barbel are going to move in at some point soon. Well, I've had a few more of those little chub, and I've just lost a beast of a barbel, and I still feel sick from it, to be honest. It was definitely a double figure. I saw it, biggest wide barbel I would have landed, and hook pulled. To be fair, it's my fault. I rushed it, got overexcited, and you know, it's the first barbel I've hooked on this stretch, and it was a big one, so I've only got myself to blame. But I put the rod straight back out again, and before the bait had really even settled, I had this nice chub, which is a little bit bigger than the ones I've been getting. It's probably a high 4, I'd say. So it's a little bit of compensation, but not a lot, because I know it would have been a Y PB for me. It was a big fish, and like I said, I got it to the surface, saw it properly, and yeah, feeling very sore. But let's put this back, get that rod back out, because there's been quite a lot of action in the last sort of 10 minutes. First barbel from new stretch of the Wye. 5:15, lovely. So no more action other than little chub. So move to the third swim of the day, and it's got a completely different vibe to the last swim I was on. It's much prettier. It's just off the back of a big bend in the river. So fingers crossed there's some barbel down here. I mean, it might just be that they're not feeding during the day. We shall carry on. There's a little bit of interest there on the upstream rod, on the feeder rod. Well, 2 casts and 2 chub at this third swim. So, although they're not the barbel we're after, at least I'm catching some fish again, so the move was definitely worth its while. Just hopefully we'll find a barbel or 2 out there. Anyway, I've kind of lost count of how many chub I've had now. It's probably, I don't know, 8 maybe. 7, 8, 9, something like that. Anyway, let's put it back. Well, it's about 5 o'clock now, and as you can see, the sky is really greying over. There's the odd chub still coming out, but there's no sign of these elusive barbel today, so I'm going to call it a day and see if I can get down the Wye again before the end of the month, and see if we can actually get a few more fish, a few more barbel. But what a place to spend some time, eh? Absolutely beautiful, beautiful river. And yeah, hopefully I'll be back very soon. So here we are in the Wye Valley, and the river's up and pushing through. So it looks like it's going to be a near side margin, slack fishing kind of a day. So I've just got my rod out, and already my friend Jongo, who I'm fishing with, has had one. I think he had a bite within the first 5 minutes. So we've kind of gone from being a little bit pessimistic about today's fishing with this high river, and being forced into a couple of swims that wouldn't be our first choice ordinarily, and he's had one straight away. Not a big one, but it's still a barbel, and it shows that they're catchable, and it shows that they're on this inside margin in the slacks. So fingers crossed, it's the sign of a good day's fishing ahead of us. So I've put my bait sort of just on the near side of the crease, but it's 15 foot of water, so there's quite some fly pushing through. But at the moment I've just started by moulding ground bait around a lead. I'm going to be sort of recasting every sort of 15-20 minutes just to get a bit of bait down there, really, more than anything. Try to get some smell in the water, and try to draw any fish that might be in the area up towards my bait. Well, it's about 8:30, and like I say, my friend Chongo got a fish within 5 minutes. I had to wait a little bit longer, but I think mine's a little bit bigger.
Yes.
It's 6:15. Nice start though, and it's a good confidence builder because the river is high and pushing through, although it is dropping. It's dropped about a foot since we've been here. But anyway, don't like to keep these out of the water very long, so let's put this lovely lady back in the water and get that rod back out. So Chongo, he's got his second fish, not long after I had mine. We haven't weighed it, but another nice fish, hard fighting fish. Very nice. This is good, they're starting to feed. We might get a few more today. Well done. So Chongo's had 3 fish now. It's getting to, I don't know, about 11 o'clock in the morning. And I lost a fish to a hook pull. And I kind of debated whether to stop there and have a bacon sandwich, and I thought, you know what, Chongo's catching, I've lost a fish, let's fish on. And I'm glad I did, because only 10 minutes after making that decision I got my second fish on the bank, another 6-pounder. But honestly, it's hard to tell how big they are with this current roaring through. They get out into the main current, and they put up a right old scrap. But anyway, well rested barbel. Let's put it back in the net, rest it up, and put it back in the river. Excellent though. So, fish number 3 in the net. They're all peas in a pod, really. Another 6-pounder. And weirdly, these are all coming on boilie, which is not a bait I use on the Wye normally. There we go. Beautiful fish though, pristine condition, Lovely bronze colour. And yeah, the river's dropped by nearly 2 foot now. So they obviously like the river when it's dropping, which is quite good for us. Let's put it back, fish on. Happy days. So it's late afternoon now, and we've been going through a bit of a quiet spell since lunchtime. But I managed to keep myself occupied by trying to get my car unstuck from the mud. A bit of a quagmire where I parked, and been playing on my mind ever since parking there this morning in the dark. And so I thought I'd go at lunchtime to move the car somewhere safe, and it was stuck. I had to get the landowner to come and tow me out, which was well, thankfully a relief that he was able to do that. But it wasted about 3 hours fishing time, but it was, to be fair, sort of early afternoon, which is generally when it tends to be pretty quiet anyway. So we're coming up to sort of 4:30, 4:45 time now, so I'm hoping that we'll get another chance. So when I got here, I put this stick in the ground, and you can't really tell the slope here, but it's dropped right down there. So we have lost, like I said, 1.5 meters of depth, and it has meant that I'm able to start sort of pushing my rod out a little bit further and sort of try a different spot. Well, it's been a bit of a wait, to be fair. It's been quite quiet for the last couple of hours since Cargate. Just had the 4th one of the day though, so got a bit more confidence back that it might happen again. Lovely fish. Probably just a little bit smaller than the others, to be fair. It's probably the smallest of the day. So I think I've got probably about an hour of fishing left, and on 4 barbel. So to be honest, it's been a happy day for us, because when we got here we thought it was going to be really hard going, but there was a crazy sort of feeding spell. Over a period of about 2 hours we had most of the fish, and it was sort of during the middle of the day, which is again unusual for this stretch of the Wye. But yeah, like I say, happy to have had a few fish, and I think I'm on the 7 next weekend. So hopefully we'll have more of the same.